Alright, hello you guys. I am back with another video today. I'm going to be talking about how the system wants to kill your spirit so you're a shell of yourself and easier to manipulate and control. Waste years of your life so you die not having your eternity in order. So, if you don't know what the Matrix is, and you don't know the fact that you're living in it, I don't know what to tell you, but it's obviously all around you. And I suggest go watch the movie called They Live. That movie is fire. It literally exposed just how the world is. Everything's meant to program you, have you think a certain way, operate a certain way. Everything's meant to just manipulate you and have you be a slave. And it's like the system with Pharaoh in the Bible is exactly what this country is. I don't want to say certain words because they'll be like, oh, you talking about this country? Banned. Strike your video. So I already went through that enough. I think I have PTSD. Nah, not really though. But I ain't taking no chances. But the country I live in, ASU, and reverse it the other way, you know what I'm talking about. That's just how it is. It's like the Babylonian system. It's be a slave, the so-called American dream, work most of your life, and then eventually retire when you're literally about to die. And God forbid you die before you get your retirement, and go have fun and have your house or whatever. But the gag is, if you already don't know, for one, the life expectancy is middle age is 30 or so now. And so they say your retirement is over 60 something. And our life expectancy is down, of course, considering the fact that we are unhealthy over here and so many people are obese. And that's one thing. I won't get into all that, but I think a lot of people are obese just because for one, the food here is garbage. A lot of the food here is garbage. A lot of the food here isn't even food, and a lot of it is just made for profit, not for your health, because how else are they going to be able to have patients and get money off of those patients in the hospitals and all this stuff? And so also people probably eat really bad because of the fact that they're unhappy with their life, and the fact that they wow, so I graduate high school, now I have to work at this place that I don't even care for and pay bills every single month, and what is the purpose of this? And two, you have so-called American dream. You have the house. If you don't pay the house, they're gonna snatch the house from you. Property taxes. And I think if you can finish paying your mortgage, it's GG's with that too. And then the car, same thing. And it's just all to get you in debt, all to keep you a slave, literally. And God tells us to hold on a second. God tells us to the borrower is a servant to the lender. So if you out here, say your spirit is already crushed from the fact that reality is wow, so maybe I couldn't afford to go to college to get a degree and get a good paying job, so now I have to work at Dollar General. Maybe I couldn't afford to be or maybe I didn't grow up in a rich family, so now I have to sit up here and just get it out the mud, honestly. And also, even if you have a degree, it doesn't guarantee that you'll have a job, because it's like, okay, say all these people go to college, there's only a certain amount of people that can get hired for the job and the positions, and in the field that you got your degree in. And not everybody has the money to move somewhere else so they can, potentially get a job in that area, because they're having the same thing as well. The people who graduated from there are trying to sit up here and get the jobs, but they're like, oh, you're overqualified, or the position's already filled. And it's just a scam, bro. And it's like people wake up to this reality. It's like, wow, so the food's trash, makes us sick. Us being sick keeps us in the loop of going to the doctors, getting all these pills and stuff, and they getting money off of us. Then they tell you go to college and all this stuff, and then, it's not always guaranteed you're gonna get a degree. Get a job with the degree that you got. And say you do get a degree, now you working, maybe it's not a job that you desired to be at, and it's not like, oh, this is my passion, I love sitting up here punching numbers and sitting in this little cubicle every day. Like, no, like, your passion could be, I love saving animals, I love sitting up here nursing animals back to health, it makes me happy. I love sitting up here being a social worker, helping people in need. I love sitting up here I don't know, whatever it is that you're passionate about. It's like not a lot of people are able to do that. But at the end of the day, all of it is to, all of it is, like I said on my notes, it wants to kill your spirit, so you're a shell of yourself. So it kills your spirit, right? Because your spirit is meant to be tied in with the Lord, and we're supposed to be getting, direction from Him, guidance from Him, and what we should do with our life and where we should go. And just like He knows the plans He has for us, like He says, Jeremiah 29:11, and He knows what's best for us. He already planned everything out. He knows the lives He wants you to reach and all that good stuff. But when you're not tapped into not tapped in with the Lord, you are operating in the beast system, which just wants to zap your energy, zap your whole life source, and use you as a slave, because this place is a corporation. And if everyone here left to go to another continent, they'll crumble. They need us. Like, you can look all this stuff up. It's your birth certificate is like something, like, I think they put it on the stock market or something, but it's all just your social security number. It's all just to have you be locked into this system. And certain places are like, oh no, you don't be growing no food here, that's against the law. Or don't be catching no rainwater, that's against the law. Or like I forgot what else, but it's all just, they just like do this and obey, literally. And so it kills your spirit, because it's like, man, I'm not fulfilled. And dang it. And so it's just like you're not fulfilled, and so then you try to fulfill with the flesh. And I think that also is what contributing to the high obesity rate that we have here, because so many people, young and older, are like, wow, this is real life. Like, I graduated, now I gotta go get a job and figure out, I don't want to sit up here and be here for the rest of my life. And it's like, what am I gonna do? It's like, buying a house is harder than ever. It costs so much money. Same for a car and all these things. And so it's looking pretty bleak, you know? For like my youngest brother, he's 19, and it's like if I was him, I would be like, man, you know, it's like, all right, get a job, maybe say at a Taco Bell or a Walmart. But it's like, now what? It's like, okay, go to college. But it's like, not everybody have money for that. We sure don't have money for that, at least right now, not right now, unless God has something, you know, in the future, as a blessing. But it's like, we're not rich right now, money wise, right? And so I know a lot of you can relate to that. So it's like, okay, it's like, get a job, cool. Now you gotta sit up here and think about all these things that you have to do to just sort of simply survive and like live if you want to have a, you know, nice life, doing what you love. Oh wow, I just saw a hot pink car drive by. It's cute. But yeah, if you want to have a just nice life where you be comfortable and be able to travel and whatever it is that you want to do, and that you've dreamed about. But yeah, the system is just manipulates you, controls you, tell you lies. You know, the television is just that's a whole manipulation tactic right there. They show you what they want you to see, and they paint pictures and make you believe certain things and all type of foolishness and fearmonger you and everything like that. So you really just end up, ugh, that's my neighbor's dog, sorry. But you really just end up being like dead inside, because it's like, man, this sucks. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, I won't say everybody, because there's literally people out here who are like, I think really just so like so brainwashed that they just don't believe, like, oh no, you know, I got a good job, I got pension, I got retirement, and it's like, sure, that's good, you got all that, but it's like, were you fulfilled? Like, are you happy with the field you're in? Does it bring you joy? Do you wake up happy to go do this every morning? Are you touching lives doing this? Or is it just about the money? Like, you know, so then there's other people who are like, you know, life would be so much easier if they didn't sit up here and make us have to work all this slave jobs, and we had trade, like how things used to be in the past. If we had trade markets and stuff, and if we were able to grow our own food, and you know, we didn't have to sit up here pay so much money for like eggs. I hear people be complaining about that. I hate eggs, so thankfully I don't gotta worry about that. But you have that, and then like paying for water, and you know, all these bills that the stuff keep going up and everything. And it's like, you know, life would be simple, just have it, go to work, maybe not go to work, but like maybe work out in the world out here, maybe work outside in your community, you know, have communities, and y'all do what y'all do, and just grow farms, spend time outside in nature, have fun, just do fun stuff, versus like dreading, like, oh yeah, I gotta get up, clock in again. And it just kills, you know, your inside, it kills your spirit. And it's all just fear as well, because you're like, I had this too, like, man, if I don't sit up here and go work, how am I gonna pay my bills? Like, I don't want to be homeless. And throughout the whole like last year to now, like, God was showing me to rely on him, and trust him and like build my relationship with him and my faith and all these things, right? And sorry, some little black little flying bug in here. But yeah, he just showing me that, and just showing me like, I'm your provider. I'll provide for you, and trust me, and don't feel like you have to do everything yourself. Don't feel like you have to get a job and worry about these things. And so I did that, and then what happened was, all my bills were paid. Lights never got cut off, and yeah, so he came through, and it was just showing me like, man, if everyone could sit up here and just be like, you know what, I'm done with the system. I'm done letting them manipulate me into fear and like, oh man, if I quit this job, how am I gonna pay for my mortgage? How am I gonna pay for my rent? How am I gonna pay for my light bill, my phone bill? And God, you rely on God and He'll take care of it. But you have to trust Him though. And if everyone would do that and not trust the system and rely on the system, we would be, the power would be in our hands. It's like they can't do anything besides change the system, because we all take a stand and be like, man, I'm finna trust God, and God's gonna provide for me. God's gonna take care of my family. God's gonna take care of me. And I don't know what's gonna happen, but you walk by faith, not by sight. And it's like, I'm a living witness that He will take care of you and supply all your needs, which is what He tells us He will do. And yeah, so all these things that this system has us in is just to keep us focused on, fear is like the driving force, and it keeps us focused on like, I gotta get this money, I gotta get money, because if I don't have money, how am I gonna survive? And where am I gonna live? What am I gonna eat? And all these, you focus on all that, right? And just try and get back and all this stuff, but it keeps you distracted from focusing on your soul and salvation, and keep you distracted from living in your purpose and doing what God intended you to be doing while you're on this earth for the time He has you to be here. And it just causes you to be, if you don't get right, it'll cause you to be lost, right? And it'll cause you to be lost in your sins. And it's like you never surrendered, and you never were like, man, I'm done with this. I'm not finna sit up here and keep being a slave and letting them just control me. I'm gonna sit up here and just give it to the Lord and trust the Lord and let Him take control of my life. That way, you're in purpose, you're fulfilling purpose, you're fulfilled inside, your spirit man is happy, has joy and fulfillment, and God provides your needs as well, and you're free. You're not a slave anymore. But Satan wants you to do the complete opposite of that, which is trust this system. And when the mark comes out, like talks about in Revelation, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to rely on that, because there's a lot of people now that rely on the system as it is, because they don't trust God. They don't believe that if they quit their job that they'll be able to have food to eat and money to provide for their bills and their needs, toiletries and stuff like that, and gas. I'm like, He did all that for me through people, through agencies. Like, He'll make a way, and that's just what it is. Like, He'll take care of you. He's not gonna have you out here living under a bridge, like, because then you'll be like, I was better off doing it my way. So He's not gonna have you out here like that. it's all about trusting him, though. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's all about putting aside your fears and stuff, giving it to him, and trusting that he'll take care of you, and that he'll provide. And so, yeah, it just, doing it any other way than that, it just causes you to be easy to manipulate, because fear is a great manipulation tactic and control, and it controls you, and then you end up, there's plenty of people who end up dying and not having their eternity in order because they were just programmed to be a slave to the system, and they never decided to listen to that voice of the Lord telling them to, just let go and trust me, and, give your life to me, pray, seek after me. They never listened to it, and so they either just died having maybe the house and the car or whatever, or they died barely making ends meet, and they just never had their eternity in order. They never cared about it. They weren't focused on it. They were focused on the things of this world and trying to do what the world tells you should do. And yeah, what the world tells you to do, it just keeps you a slave. It keeps you unfulfilled, and it keeps you bound, and it causes you to not care about your spirit, man, and your soul and salvation. So you end up dying in your sins if you don't get right with the Lord. So my advice to you is just surrender to the Lord, bro. He will take care of you, and he will supply all of your needs, and he will fulfill his word. Like, he did it for me, and I know he'll do it for you if you're willing, if you're willing, and you fully surrender. You're like, Lord, please help me to trust you, and please help me to get rid of this fear, and just help me to not be stuck in this matrix. Please help me to do what you want me to do so I can fulfill what I'm supposed to fulfill, with the purpose you have for me, and help me to just not help me to not be controlled by fear. And yeah, he'll take care of you. So you just gotta trust him and let go, and he'll take care of you and give you better than what you he'll give you better than what you thought you wanted, and give you better than what you already have. So yeah, just get your life right with the Lord, especially now with all this foolishness going on, and all type of foolishness I can't even get into. But just give your life to him, and he'll take care of you and change your life, clean you up inside and out, and give you a new mind and a new outlook on life, new perspective, and make you feel alive, So yeah, that's what I have to say to you. Don't sit up here, believe Satan, because he's literally a liar, can't tell the truth, and it's just all mirage. And when you get close up to it, it just disappears, and it's not what you thought it would be. But God is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Get right with him, and he can't lie, he can't fail, and he will take care of you and provide for you. And all these little bugs be coming up in here. But anyway, yeah, so just give your life to him. You won't regret it, trust me. But yeah, so I hope this video helps you, and I pray that take heed to it, and that you just take, your soul and salvation more seriously, especially with what's going on in the world, all over the world, different places, and you just desire to be in right standing with God. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Like, look at all this little stuff flying in here, like a little big leaf. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. So, yeah, take care.